That's next week. This is this week. We're reacting to Chelsea 1, Liverpool 1. Based on what you saw today, Moises Caicedo would have made a bigger difference for which team, Chelsea or Liverpool? Who needs Moises Caicedo more?
The effect he would have on Liverpool is huge. I think in the first half you saw both sides need somebody like Caicedo.
Yeah.
Because both sides, when they cuffed the ball up, couldn't affect pretty much the opposition until they got to the back line, whether it was Chelsea's back three or Liverpool's back four. So I think both sides need him. The difference Caicedo would make to Liverpool would be Liverpool could compete for the Premier League title. I think Caicedo signing for Chelsea, they may get in the top four. Whereas, as I said, I think Liverpool could compete with what they have going forward if they can all get in tune. Okay, today wasn't the best, but they've got ability. You can't argue with that. They've got players that can that can hurt anybody. So having a Caicedo at the base of all of that, to one, win the ball back and give it to these players going forward, and two, to stop the opposition getting at his back four, I think that would make Liverpool title contenders. I think without that, they're not title contenders. They're certainly top four contenders, but it didn't quite look right in the middle of the park today. I thought McAllister did well. Szoboszlai, I thought, ran out of steam. And Cody Gakpo is more of a forward-thinking player than a defensive-thinking player. And so I think it was very clear, more for Liverpool and Chelsea today, that they need a real defensive midfielder in amongst them, just to balance everything else out.
Have you heard any other names? Do you have any other names? If Liverpool aren't successful in getting Caicedo, is there a player that you would like to see play that role? Because they need that role. Because Trent Alexander-Arnold played it in some spells in some games last season, but they need a world-class defensive midfielder.
No,
who do you think?
Yeah. Listen, the only name that comes to mind because of the World Cup would be Amrabat, that played for Morocco, I believe it was.
Yeah, he's at Fiorentina.
Yeah, he's at Fiorentina now. Now, I'll be honest, I haven't seen anything of him since the World Cup, particularly.
Good player.
So I'm only going off the World Cup. But he's absolutely an out-and-out defensive midfielder who can win the ball back and who can then give it to more creative and technical players. And I think that really would be the type of player that Liverpool need, as I said, to balance everything out. You need a defensive midfielder somewhere along the line. So right now, he's the only one I can think of, purely because of what he did in the World Cup.
Let's wrap up our chat on Chelsea 1, Liverpool 1. And talk about who stood out for you. I said earlier that I really, really was impressed by Enzo Fernandez as the game wore on. He's a class act in there. So which Chelsea player for you and which Liverpool player for you really impressed you in this first game of the season?
Can I say nobody?
What, for Liverpool or on both sides?
Both. I mean, honestly, I understand what you're talking about with Enzo. Okay. But at the same time, he's playing against a team that just sat in front of him, and so he was able to knock it around and try and get forward and stuff. I don't remember any mind-blowing passing from him or any mind-blowing finishes or attempts. I can honestly say in this game, Alisson, he made two really important saves in the game. So if I'm Liverpool, I'm probably looking at Alisson. If I'm Chelsea, I guess I'll go with Enzo for the second half. But probably Chilwell looked more dangerous going forward. But I guess overall, if I have to go for somebody, I'll go for Enzo. But I really don't think that we can turn around and say that there was an outstanding player on the field today.
I love the fact that, we now go to Stevie Nicol to decide who the man of the match was today. And in a stereotypical Stevie Nicol way, he's like, I'm having the champagne. No one's getting it. No one deserved it today. And off you pop with your bottle of champagne, never to be seen again.
Well,
I can.
nobody was 10 out of 10 today.
No,
Nobody was.
no,
Was not, who was anybody 9 out of 10?
no.
As I said,
No.
maybe Alisson for those 2 great saves, one-on-ones.
Yeah, I think Alisson was decent, really good for Liverpool. Enzo and Ben Chilwell as well, because look, we're probably a couple of inches either side away from Salah getting a goal. It was a super through ball from Trent, but the flag. I don't think the flag went up, but it was VAR that decided that was offside.
Thank you very much for watching ESPN FC on YouTube. For more highlights, analysis, and exclusive content, be sure to subscribe.